Good day. It's still May 6th and I'm pruning my shrubs, and I'm down to the last one, which is actually a like climbing rose shrub, and they're like quasi hardy here. I mean, it totally says on the package it's hardy. I'm zone 5A in Ottawa, but I think it needs a lot of protection over the winter. We have some harsh winters in Ottawa. So what I did was I brought these cates all the way down to the ground, and I covered them with peat moss and leaves and stuff, trying to protect them. And this one in particular doesn't get a lot of sun. It's a yellow rose, climbing rose, called Sky's the Limit. And what happened was there was a lot of dieback, and I had to cut a lot of pieces off because I couldn't bring it all the way down to the ground. It was like whoop. And so the woodier, canes I just couldn't bring down to the ground, and so they just, they got too cold, or whatever it is, dry, cold, I'm not sure, but they didn't make it. And then I already did a hard pruning right while there was still snow on the ground, and maybe I should have waited longer, I don't know, but because like there's some, like maybe I cut this where it was dead, and then it we had frost overnight after that, like a week later, and then it created more dead. Like I made it susceptible maybe, so I shouldn't have cut it so soon. I should have just let everything look dead for a while and then cut it off for once frost, once there was no frost in the evening, no chance of frost. So yeah, I think because of that, I have to cut off some more. Like these buds aren't doing well on this guy right here. And he's like a big cane too, but he's got a little offshoot guy, and that's doing fine. So I don't know. Yeah, it's gotta go. So then these hopefully will produce something. I've got one coming out the wrong way, because usually they're like, just, cut off the ones aiming towards you if you are trying to get this to go up a trellis. And I just made a trellis here against the fence. So I got this one going. It's got a cute little clip I bought at the dollar store. And yeah, this vine actually has a lot of thorns, as you can see right there. It doesn't have growth right there, so I'm just gonna cut that off. It doesn't have growth here, so I'm gonna cut this off. And I think that's it basically. There's even a little bit of growth right here at the base. That's good. So they're okay. So by hardy, I mean yeah, they're always gonna survive. I think that's what they mean when they put it on the tag. Totally for zone 5, but if you don't protect these up here, they're not gonna make it. So it's you'd have to start from the base every year, and nobody wants that. Because then, well, I mean, some people might want that. I don't know. I shouldn't say. Just cutting off the dead ones here. And yeah, this one's done. I am not going to do anything with this. It's just gonna live its life, and then once it's long enough. So disruptive, Coco. Good thing you're cute. I'm just gonna push it and tie it over there. All right, that's this one, which I already kind of cleaned up. My south facing, but because there's a house in the way, it doesn't actually get full south facing type of sun, but it did flower for me last year. I don't know. So next we come right across here to this is north facing, so only gets late afternoon sun. I have a lot of shady areas. I mean, why aren't I just planting in the middle of my yard? Why am I leaving all the sunny spots for grass? I don't know, because I feel like border planting's my style. I really like the wraparound border planting. Right? Look, hang on. It just feels right to have border planting all the way around. I know eventually I'm just going to totally use up all the grass space anyway. For now, this is what I'm doing. So here is the rose right behind this red twig dogwood. So this got nice chartreuse. That's got a nice dark green and even red tinge to it of the leaves. And it's growing actually really great. This is a Zephyrin Druin climbing rose, and like the tag says, it's hardy to zone 5. So I also pinned it down though, just in case. So I'm like just noticing a weed right here, and of course I didn't get it. Oh, I got it all. Yikes. Weeds. Get rid of that. Okay, sorry, focus. So yeah, this one, it really survived the winter. I don't know why. It was a little more malleable, and it's more protected in this corner, like, because there's shrubs all around it. So yeah, let me just turn this. Here it is, and here's like one long cane that's going the wrong way, but I had all of them pinned down to the ground like this with peat moss on it. I had all of these canes pinned down, and I have a video where I uncovered it all, and where I even trimmed off anything that looked like it had died. Again, I probably should have waited a little bit longer, but it's fine. I did leave some of the old leaves. Like, old leaves actually stayed on. Like, this is an old leaf from last year, and they just like crinkle off, or you can just leave them on, doesn't matter. The new growth just grows around it, it's fine. So I pinned them up, and what you're supposed to do with the leader canes is, like the stronger ones, I guess, is any flowers will be growing off the stems off the leaders. So if you make the leaders go zigzag across your trellis, then they'll create little stems and a little rose. So the stems and rows will point upwards and downwards, and then you'll have them more evenly spread out. If we did them like long, like what I have right now, then the roses will have a little stem here and a rose, and a stem here and a rose, and a stem here and a rose, and you'll just have like a line of roses up there and a line of roses up there. So they tell you to zigzag it, boo, 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 boo. And then they tell you to get rid of all of the spindly ones that aren't important, because they're just wasting energy into those instead of producing roses on the leader canes. Leader canes? Is that what they call them? I think so. Anyways, I am getting this all from like the internet and other people's YouTube videos of specialists in roses, climbing roses, as a matter of fact. So I'm going to do that too. Now, do I want to get rid of this beautiful cane sticking out in the complete wrong direction? Because it's all the way, yeah, like there's no way I can force it. I mean, can I force it? No, I can't force it to the back. I should be cutting that one off. It's just hard to do that, right? When I'm like, it's so healthy. It did a good job. It overwintered. And I'm like, no, probably cut it off. But it is a new rose, and like it doesn't have craziness around, like it's not a huge shrub, right? So it's not like if it's not like I have to cut it to preserve all the energy to go into like these 4. I could just have 5 and like have that one randomly that way and see how that looks and if I like it. So I'm going to keep it this year, but I know that you're supposed to cut off anything going in the wrong direction away from your trellis, and keep all of the main canes going up the trellis this way. All right, so I'm going to try to recreate this little diagram here. Okay, this is what it looks like. I mean, they're not super long, right? So I didn't obviously have any room to put them that high, but I got 2 crossovers and I aired out the middle. I kept this guy central. That's fine. And I just got rid of just a few ones in here to make airflow happen. I tacked this cane and this cane straight up. I know, because it's just too small to crisscross yet. Like, I mean, this one could actually, yeah, this one could. This one could kind of like curve, like, you know, like this or something. I don't know if that's important. How about I just wait until I see some activity on it, like some flower activity on it, before I do that and shape that one. And then of course I kept this one sticking out like a sore thumb, just to see what that would be like. So yeah, the only thing I took off or these. And I'm handling these without gloves or anything because they are considered thornless rose, and they barely have any thorns. Anyway, they're just like, if they have thorns, they just look like thorns, but it doesn't hurt you. So yeah, so that's that. So roses are done, and I'll just compost this. And I'm just gonna explain on the next video the shrubs I'm not pruning. Have a good one.